Hi, it's Jade, and we are behind the scenes for my Rolling Stone UK cover shoot. Come on, girl, what's that face? Yeah.
Describe your upcoming album in 3 words.
Chaotic, Poptastic, and cunt.
Describe how people should listen to the album.
You can take it wherever you feel, my lovelies. Whether that's in the car or a party, or if you're in your fields, you know, you can listen to it in the shower. This album is for many environments.
What was it like working with Ray?
I was lucky I got in there before the whole, her last record took off. And we did a bunch of songs that have made it onto the album. I think the next single, is the one that we wrote together. And she's just the purest soul. She's incredibly talented. She's one of my favorite people to work with because she understands the dynamic of being a songwriter and an artist. So she's looking at it from a whole, I guess, all-around artist perspective, which is cool.
What was Shooty's reaction when you asked him to cameo on Midnight Cowboy?
Oh my God, Shooty's reaction was, he was gagging for it, hun. He was up for it straight away. I just knew he would be the perfect person to feature on the song. So I just messaged and he was well up for it. He sent me 7 different accents when I asked for the speaking part, and obviously being the fabulous actor that he is, he just sent me a bunch of options. And I was like, no, I want your Scottish accent, please. I want you as you. And it's lovely because we've kind of become friends from it. We went for coffee and we kind of mess each other a lot now. And he's a good egg.
Do you ever get writer's block?
But I think it's normal for any creative to have fatigue or writer's block moment. And it's because of writer's block that I actually ended up writing Angel of My Dreams, because I was so done and so over writing. The label were like, oh, just go to LA one last time, get in the studio, see what happens. And I was like, oh, fine. And then I went in and wrote that song, so yeah.
What's your life motto?
Give it a go, hun.
3 things you take with you everywhere.
Tiredness, stress, no. Water to stay hydrated. I take a fan everywhere actually, because I hate having a sweaty top lip. And a notebook.
You're known for your incredible Halloween costumes. What is the dream costume you've not already done?
I'd love to do Wallace and Gromit, but I know that's quite tough to execute, so it would need a lot of prosthetics. I just love any sort of cartoon characters. I like bringing it to life. Mike Wazowski, how would you say it? Mike from Monsters Inc. Fuck, what's his second name?
Is that a joke? Tell me you're joking.
Anyways, any sort of cartoon I love bringing to life. Anything not glam. I like, saying that I did Bo Peep this year because I felt like I had to go opposite to Mr. Bean. But I like not really looking pretty at Halloween. I think it's all about, pushing yourself and doing something a bit grotesque.
What's the lyric of yours that you're most proud of?
It's a song I wrote years ago actually called Woman's World, which inspired and I think was empowering for a lot of women. So that whole song for me. But there's many in Angel of My Dreams that I love. I know it's kind of basic, but I love when the camera flashy, I act so happy. Just because it's just a bit of fab in it. And it's quite a sad lyric, but it's something that caught on with a lot of the fans and it's good on merch and all that stuff.
Favourite lyric from another artist or line from a film?
Oh my gosh. So my favourite lyric is Janet Jackson in Feedback when she says, I'm heavy like a first day period. I met her and I said that was my favourite lyric and she said it was the worst and best lyric she's ever written. And I was like, oh, that was a pinch me moment. So that, or Do You Ever Feel Like a Plastic Bag by Katy Perry. Sometimes we do you know what I mean? Hard relate.
Who would you like to play you in a biopic?
Maybe Zoe Kravitz or Rosario Dawson. Although I'd love to have obviously an Arab female actress. There's not enough of them. So maybe it's time to find one to play my role.
Do you believe in manifesting?
Yes, I firmly believe in manifesting. Before my solo project, I wrote a list of all the things that I wanted to achieve with this. Some of them were a 5-year goal. One of them was getting to work with David LaChapelle. So I kept speaking that into existence. And lo and behold, he got in touch and he wanted to work with me and do the fantasy video together. Yeah, I really believe in that stuff because, for instance, with the David thing, I thought, oh God, this is a bit of a reach, but he's always on the mood board for me, creatively, visually. And I was like, why not dream big and think that I can work with someone like that?
Do you believe in guilty pleasures?
I do believe in guilty pleasures. I think Little Mix were a guilty pleasure for a while, which was quite annoying for us, especially in the beginning. I can understand why, I suppose, like coming from X Factor and as a girl band, like having to prove ourselves literally for years to like gain that credibility. So I know what it feels like to be a guilty pleasure. But yeah, I've got certain artists that, would I say a guilty pleasure? I used to love a bit of Cliff Richard. Maybe that's a bit of a guilty pleasure. So much so that like, I think one Christmas I actually asked for the Cliff Richard calendar. When I was like 19, I don't know why I was fascinated by him. That was a little weird blip in Jade history.
I think it was like when you were 9, but when you were 19.
No, I was like, yeah, old enough to like maybe have some other icons to look up to. Listen, hard-working man. Had some hits under his belt. What can I say?
Biggest fashion no-no?
I was adamant. I think when Theresa May was like Prime Minister for a while, that really gave me the ick with kitten heels. I was like, never again. But now they've come back round, as everything does. And my stylists, yeah, they keep throwing them on me and I keep willingly accepting it. So here we are.
Funniest comment on your latest merch drop?
When I dropped the fantasy bundle, which is like an eye mask, a candy thong, some lube and a butt plug, that went down well. Not with everyone, but there were some amazing comments from that. Mostly just saying that I guess I know my audience well. Some people found it quite disgusting. But the song is about sexual liberation. And I will say, actually, my jockstrap is my best-selling merch piece. So who's laughing now?
Last TikTok video you saved/shared?
Well, I do share and send a lot of like Sunday roast TikToks. I love a roast dinner. Anyone that knows me knows that every Sunday, without fail, it doesn't matter where I am in the world, I'll find some way to have a roast dinner. So my TikTok is a lot of like, here's a variation on how to make a roasty, or things that are very not that entertaining. But a group of my friends, we all have a mutual love for it, so we'll send each other like, oh, have you seen this? This person's made a giant Yorkshire and put it all inside of that. It's very, very boring stuff, but it pleases me.
The wholesome opposite to your dirty jockstrap.
Very opposite to the jockstrap. You don't want to be wearing a jockstrap if you've had a roast dinner, my lovely.